Coach's name is Jenny Bass, and she has just done a tremendous job.
Yep.
The team looks great. Girls wanna come out for the dance team. They put a ton of effort into it. My daughter does.
They're out there in the middle of the summer. Like, I'm dropping my kids off for sports stuff, and the cheerleaders are out there all summer long too. We don't get to talk about them enough. But
No, we don't.
But yeah,
We
shout out to them and their parents for all their support.
absolutely, and the band.
The band.
The band. We've got.
Did you talk to Ann about the band?
We did. We
Yeah.
did talk about the band. Traps.
Sanctioned by the school.
So-
I figured one of our buddies would have done it without permission.
So you would have believed that, hey, I'm from the future, and I'm here to tell you about this band.
Yeah.
I would have looked at me like I was crazy. It's
No.
remarkable.
Yeah.
Mr. Rad, awesome
hold
job.
on. Mr. Rad?
Yeah, that's Mr. Rademacher is his real name. He goes by Mr. Rad.
That's rad.
That is very rad. My 5th grade daughter is
that's a band class, right?
yeah, over 90% participating in band. She is all about the band. Pretty much all she talks about. Our 2 neighbors, well, 3 really, Isaac, who's my kids, to participate in band. And so far, Allie has fallen into that trap. Look at Father Max up there chopping it up with the kids. We've got Father Chuck Cotis over here in the corner. It's the Christmas season. Again, you'll see on StAlbertSportsFan.com the mass times for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day masses for all of our area churches.
That St. Albert Sports Fan page.
No longer considered the pretty face of StAlbertSportsFan.com.
No, he's not listening. Someone will text him that we said it, though.
I'll tell him. I like to.
I like that kind of news not to be shared by me. You know what I mean? Let him find out by someone else. You know?
Yeah. No comment. So as we march forward, game's tied at 20.
Yeah,
We understand
14 at the end of one.
We understand there are
slower
some
pace.
technical difficulties. Our producer is working to get. Let's see here. 2:53 left. Band's warming up.
I feel a bass. Something is loud on my feet.
That is, I believe that's the guitar back there. So not only is there a trap set, there's also a guitar in the band. You can see Mr. Rad up there warming up his.
Thank you for not trying to squeeze in our little booth over here.
Matt Coughlin, Kuemper grad, St. Albert dad, sitting in front of us.
Sitting on the wrong side, Mr. Coughlin.
It's all right. As long as he continues to pay tuition, we'll still accept him. He can't hear us. That's okay.
Okay.
That's all right. I hope that made the broadcast because he'll definitely go back and listen. So we are working to get the internet.
We've been pumping up our producer.
She'll get it figured out. What's it like at your house when the internet goes out?
Screaming, yelling, chaos.
What do the kids do?
They blame me. As with everything that goes wrong.
It is probably your fault.
Mm-hmm.
I would understand that.
Yeah. I'd rather have the internet go out than have to find a username and password on my Fire Stick.
Oh, man.
I consider, that's one of the worst things.
So I got a new iPhone.
Oh,
I convert.
welcome. Hold on. No, you got an iPhone.
I got an iPhone. All right, I was going to try to slip that in. I got an iPhone after converting after probably 10-plus years.
Every group text I'm in with you in it. Some people text me outside the group, and they're like, Who is
this idiot with the green bubble?
Yeah. Who doesn't have an iPhone in this group?
So anyways, back on track
here.
No,
I don't want you to deflect that. All right, we're good. I'm good.
Back on track here. That means I had to remember my password and username to everything.
Oh, geez.
It is a miserable time to be here.
Oh, Mr. Woods.
Donnie Woods in the house.
Coach Woods.
We are hopefully going to have our...
Are we up on audio?
The audio is showing on there. I don't know if it's streaming. We are working on it. We are, as the kids say, that we're efforting.
Efforting? Is that a new thing?
I don't know.
Efforting?
I think so. I think that we're efforting to get the internet to work.
Is that the definition as simple as it sounds?
I don't-
Efforting? Trying?
Try to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm getting the same look my daughter gives me.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We are, I believe we're live. St. Albert head coach Donnie Woods and athletic director Dave Plindle, who's going to run away before he takes any credit for this. Donnie Woods in the house. I'm gonna go ahead and set the stage real quick here. I'm sorry on these issues. We are trying our hardest. And we are good. So Jesse's warming up Coach Woods over here. I may let Jesse do the interview. He worked really hard on the questions. No, I think I'll let you start it off. You worked hard on these questions, but I tell you what I have to do. All right, so, hey, I'm going to do the intro. Jesse's going to do the interview. He has better people skills than I do anyways.
I wouldn't say that.
So let me tell you a little bit about this man. Coach Donnie Woods. He's got quite a resume. We're one of the top national recruits for offensive linemen. He signed a letter of intent and played at the University of Maryland. The Terrapins, now in the Big Ten. Were you in the Big Ten back then? The ACC. So, they're now in a real conference. So that's good. Coach Woods came to Council Bluffs in 2009. In 2009 is when the Iowa Western football team started up. So Coach Woods was in on the ground floor. He was the offensive line coach and the run game coordinator for 5 years. It was in that stretch. In year 4, the Reavers won their first national championship. After that, Coach Woods did a 2-year stint as the defensive coordinator at Thomas Jefferson.
Ella Klussman with the 3.
As Ella Klussman hits the 3, the Saints go up 5. Coach Woods then went to TJ. He was the defensive coordinator for 2 years before heading back to Iowa Western to be the offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. After that stop, he joined Lewis Central, and things got a little crazy after that. Their offense hit steroids, not literally, figuratively speaking, and they exploded. They won their first state championship in school history. Top offense, I'm going to go out on a limb and see of St. Albert football coach Donnie Woods.
Oh,
Jesse,
God.
take it away.
It's a lot of pressure for a guy that I don't have the resume to even be talking to you, Coach Woods.
Oh, stop.
Anyway, Coach Woods, that's amazing. I've seen you around. I've heard great things. I'll let you start us off. Well, let me first welcome you. You're going to love being part of the St. Albert family. It's a great place to be. And I'll just start there, just let you say whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
and then I'll.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the introduction by Chad.
I've never got that kind of
Yeah,
introduction,
no,
not even close.
That's the first time that's ever happened to me as well. So what a welcome. But no, I showed up here about a week ago and just fell in love with the place. I told a quick story today to some of the faculty members, and I said, look, 8 months ago I walked in this place to do a presentation for a 5th grade class. I said I walked in and the kids all were just bright-eyed looking at me, and I said, I don't know if it was just because I'm a massive human being or it was a respect thing. I said throughout the entire presentation, the kids are taking notes. We got done with it. They're asking amazing questions. Like, I've never experienced that in a 5th grade class before. And right then, I absolutely fell in love with it and the people. I've had some experience with some former St. Albert players, Jake Waters, Matt Waters, Luke Waters, Andrew Brown, tremendous families, tremendous kids, and that's just something I want to be around. And I understand it is a challenge, and we want to get the hill rocking again on Friday nights, and I can't wait to implement what we're going to do here. We're going to tear everything apart in terms of evaluating every aspect of our program and what we can do to make it better, and that's where we'll start. And if we're fortunate enough, we'll get this thing rolling.
And I think, that gets me fired up. I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Having played up here, seen the highs, seen the lows. We're a lot of people looking forward to that. So let's just start there. Okay, as Chad mentioned, put in the long hours. I get that. Yeah.
No, that was probably the best experience for me to become a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I got great mentorship from Scott Strohmeyer. But honestly, that job, it was a phone call, and they said, hey, we're starting a community college community college program out here in Council Bluffs, Iowa. You had
And where were you at?
I
the
was
time?
coaching high school ball in Maryland, actually, at
Really?
St. Vincent Pilati.
Wow.
And I was just an offensive line guy there, and I said, well, let me think about it. And that night, obviously did a little praying, did a little soul searching, and I had a beat up in building relationships with my players. And the rest is kind of history. 4 short years, we won a national championship, and that thing has taken off ever since. So, one of those things where I got into the right situation where you had an administration who was super supportive of football, and the rest is kind of history there.
Yeah, I mean, supportive of all the athletic programs up there. I mean, as when you were at Iowa Western, you probably realize like the community support that Iowa Western has from the Council Bluffs community is amazing. And you probably saw the same thing from Lewis Central. Like, we're the St. Albert people. We're rooting for Lewis Central in the state championship stuff.
I left the locker room that day prior to the game, and I remember looking at Jake, and he was sitting in his locker. As everybody's fired up and getting all worked up for the game, Jake is sitting in his locker. He had this I still remember, this beat-up green notebook in his hand, and he's reviewing all the notes that we have covered, played out the way we thought it was going to that day.
Yeah.
But what an unbelievable kid. All of the Waters worked extremely hard. We had to dial him back in practice. So we'd go through and we'd practice super fast. And we'd always get done within an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours. And it's something that we'll implement here.
Okay. Along those same lines, what can we expect? I mean, St. Albert, we have a pretty traditional offense.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. My offense is always predicated on my personnel to start.
Okay.
I enjoy running the football, but what most people would not quite understand is I do that out of spread formations. I'm super aggressive in terms of, listen, if we're backed up and it's first and if you're not trying to find one-on-one matchups that you can win, then you're falling behind. And so that's kind of the last couple of years, that's what my offenses have been predicated on is, listen, we're going to find the best matchup we can. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to pound the football, and we've had huge success doing that.
That's awesome. So, I mean, I watch a lot of football. I obviously don't know as much about football as you.
We're going to make them doing unconventional or something they're not comfortable with. So we're going to try to eliminate their best players out of the football game. How is that? You can do it through multiple facets, but we'll try to eliminate their top players, give them a couple different looks that for us will be simplified, but for them will cause some nightmares. But ultimately make them do things that they don't want to do to beat us.
I mean,
where some coaches, especially at the high school level, is like, well, this is what we hang our hat on. Well, that's not a concept that I'm not gonna work.
But like you said, it's all gonna be predicated on your personnel, and it could be week to week the way the way football is. So
absolutely,
there's a lot of people here looking forward to it. I've got a ton of text messages from players, former players, parents, people outside Lewis Central, parents saying you guys got a steal. I talked to Kurt Ferguson specifically, who coached with you last year. He said. He's like, you guys are so lucky. He's a genius. The way you get
thanks, Kurt.
Yeah,
no pressure.
the way you get kids to buy in is really what the point of his conversation with me. And I was thrilled. Like after I knew I was happy about you coming. After I talked to Kurt, I was like, okay,
that's awesome. Well, we're going to re-pour the foundation. The one thing that I've always hung my hat on is relationships. And 10 years ago, even 15 years ago, when you walked into a room as a coach, you told the kid exactly what he did. He's probably going to do it. Nowadays, it's changed. And if you're not adapting as a coach, I think you're dying. And you got to build trust. They got to like you. They got to believe in the mission. And I think, what I told to the staff, the hiring committee is, it's going to take some time. But we're going to build those relationships. They're going to trust me, and I'm going to trust them. And once you have that, then we can start to build. But it's going to take some time to get those relationships built and find that trust, and then the sky will be the limit for us after that.
All right, awesome. Well, I know you got some shaking hands, kissing baby stuff to do in the lobby here in a minute, so I'll let you off the hook.
Well, I appreciate it.
We're thrilled. We're happy.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I can't follow that up, but you're stuck with me now. Coach Woods, man of the hour.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Chad let me run that interview. I mean, I was kind of intimidated just standing next to him.
If you haven't met Coach Woods, we're both standing on the top of the bleachers. He's standing one step below, and we are at the same eyesight of him right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big man. I'd bet probably 6'4".
But one of the nicest guys. I mean,
gentle guy.
You can tell just from that interview. I mean, the football knowledge, the desire, the passion, it's all there. I'm thrilled.
You know, he keeps saying something that I think is interesting, and it's that we're gonna re-pour the foundation.
Yeah.
Not rebuild. You know, I've had admittedly quite a few conversations with Coach Woods over the past month. Him and I are friends before all of this. I've known him for a while got to know him better through my involvement with Iowa Western, some of the things that he does out there at the college, and super lucky to have a guy with his pedigree here as St. Albert turns the ball over. But the reality is he has not once said to me in any conversation, any press release, nothing. This clock stops with .9, Saints with the 12-point lead. He has never said that we are going to rebuild. Because a rebuild, I think, conveys to me something that is a little bit denigrating to the people that came before.
The foundation's already there.
Yep.
You got the support of the staff, of the families, of the parents, and obviously the kids. But
Shot's no good. Saints are going to take a 12-point lead to the fourth quarter. Keep going, Jesse.
No, I mean, that was it. I mean, yeah, it's not a rebuild. He's re-pouring the foundation. I get the analogy. I love it.
I do too. I think it's a great choice of words. And you know, these young men that have, you know, look, no one is happy with the way the last few seasons have gone. But it doesn't mean that these young men aren't trying. They're in there working hard every day. They're in the weight room. They're learning new things. And, you know, I think what's probably one of the more interesting things as somebody who's involved up here at school a lot, kind of involved in the history of this school.
As we have the cheerleaders out here.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. No,
number one in my heart. Yeah, we were
going.
talking about how great they were.
Keep going.
This is a hire that's from outside of the family. And, you know, St. Albert's got a really nice track record recently of going outside of the box on some of these things. You think about President Ann Rawling, who is an alumni, but she's not a school administrator.
Yeah, a little bit disconnected since graduating.
Sure.
I don't know if that's the right word, but she doesn't have kids that go up here.
Sure,
so,
sure.
I mean, and then
you think about Mr. Eubanks.
Yep, Mr. Eubanks.
Mr. Eubanks, high school principal, done a great job since he came on board.
You can't go to an event without seeing him. I was at the trivia night. Was it last weekend, a couple weekends ago? I mean, he's the life of the party. I don't know if – I mean, he's the life of everything you go to. He's out here taking pictures of the kids cheering. He's taking pictures of the games. He's highly involved and the kind of energy that St. Albert needed.
He is. Also, through Mr. Eubanks came Mr. Plindle, the new athletic director, who replaced a living legend in Ken Schreiber.
Yes, sir.
And he has done things his way, and it is an adjustment for all of us. But I tell you what, he's pulling the strings in the right direction. He's doing a great job. He led a great search that resulted in Coach Woods coming to St. Albert. So, you know what? Change is hard. And so to anybody that's a little on the fence of this, all I ask is, hey, let's have some faith together. I like to have my team, anytime I'm about to hit them with a huge project, you know what I send them?
Tell me.
A copy of a book called Who Moved My Cheese.
Okay.
And it's a real easy read if you haven't read it.
Big cheese guy.
Big
cheese guy. I mean, one of the bigger cheese guys that I know.
Huge cheese guys.
Yeah.
Huge cheese guy.
Oh,
However,
speaking of cheese, real quick, little off topic. Trivia night, they handed out like 5 things of cheese. You had to name them.
Really? I would have killed it.
Yeah.
I would have killed it.
I
Huge
think we got
cheese
that
guy.
answer right. No, I think there was a Gouda in there. Like, come on.
Cheese runs as deep in my blood as my Irish heritage. But at any rate, the book, Who Moved My Cheese? If you haven't read it, go read it. It's about 85 pages long. That's a 3 from Landry Miller.
Nice.
Saints are going to take a 17-point lead. It's 38-21 with 6:40 left to go.
The Knights have, I mean, I think the back-to-back is showing.
Yeah. Am I wrong in assuming that Kuemper has only scored 1 point this half?
No. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Because it was 20-20 at halftime.
I was watching the game, but I was talking to Coach Woods. I really wasn't, all dialed in there. But
right.
Yeah, no, it was 14. They had 14 at the end of 1, 20 at the end of half. I don't know if they got this one in the third or if they've got it here in the fourth. But
And I think that, no disrespect to our visitors here from Carroll.
no, not at all.
That's a product of the back-to-back and the hour-plus drive down from Carroll.
Were they in Spirit Lake?
No, they were at
Oh,
home
at
last
home
night.
last night. Okay, that
If
but
you
still.
if you could see we have a table that we keep things to prep for today. That's a nice play by number 24.
I think it's Franny.
Yeah, that's Franny Glenn. Nice,
Look at that.
nice pull. Good job.
I didn't even look, guys.
Shout out to the gentleman sitting in front of us, Matt Coughlin, St. Albert dad, Kuemper grad. Also, one of I don't think I'm going out on too much of a limb. My all-time favorite Kuemper grad, and I'm related to some Kuemper grads. My all-time favorite, Jill White.
Yeah.
Think of her during this holiday season. Her husband Kevin, a coach on the varsity boys team. She was the trainer when you and I went to school here.
Oh, she was the best.
Literally the nicest person that I've ever met, and she was a Kuemper grad. So
I did not know that, but she was a saint.
A literal saint.
I mean, our coaches back in the day, they were hard nosed.
Yeah.
And she'd pull you aside, give you a little extra breather if she thought you needed it.
Yep.
And she was awesome.
She was awesome. She was awesome, and we miss her dearly. So that's probably my favorite Kuemper grad.
Anyway, you were going change.
Hey,
who
moved my cheese?
Okay.
Great book,
Mhm.
85 pages. As Miller connects with the second three there.
Dang,
She's on it now. Falcons in a bit of a three-quarter press. Check it out. So each year, usually in my day job, we will take a new IT project on that we need to implement across our company. Usually will affect a couple thousand people in a lot of process and moving different things. With anything in life,
Yeah.
honestly, whether it's your personal life, it's easy to get caught in a rut. And sometimes you need a guy like Donnie Woods to step in and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna keep the foundation the way it is. The tradition will never go away.
Mm-hmm.
The way that we do things at St. Albert, it's not necessarily going to change. We have a new leader. He's chatting with Father Codis with his family.
Yep, and I apologize. I didn't ask him about his family. I think he's got a 5 and a 2-year-old.
6 and 2.
6 and 2.
6 and 2. His wife's name is Libby.
Okay.
Bo is his son. He plays sports against our boys.
Okay.
And then Millie is 2. That is not lost on me or I think anybody here at St. Albert. I think it's really easy to get caught up in the moment as Lena Roslania rips a 3, and it's no good, but Missy's going to put it back for 2.
Missy cleaning up there.
Saints up 43-25 with 5:05 to go. It's easy to get caught up in the emotion and the excitement. So to temper expectations a little bit, Coach Woods has got to come in.
I will do no such thing, Chad.
Yep. This is a process. It's a process that we will all go through together.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I've been pretty excited about this. I will shout out to St. Albert Sports Fan Twitter. This morning, so when they name a new pope, white smoke comes from the Vatican.
Yeah.
If you did not have a chance to see it on Twitter this morning, the StAlbertSportsFan.com Twitter page. Shout out to my cousin Mary Sims, who checked in on the text line 402.
What did Mary have to say?
402-981-2630, that she loves me and that I am her favorite cousin. And they got a dog. So she said she would be here. There's a whole backstory that she'd kill me if I share here on this broadcast. So I'm not going to get into the how she broke Jay's will to get this dog.
Uh-oh. Lily on the ground.
Lily.
Looks like I grabbed her ankle when I didn't see it.
I missed that too. The Kuemper fans are a little unhappy.
Oh, they're trying to.
They're going white ball.
figure out
So
who's
they're
going
gonna look at Lily's ankle, and honestly, this one a little nervous. I think I'm about on his level right now.
Brad does not show much emotion. I don't think.
Not at all. You should make him mad and then see what happens. So, anyways, shout out Mary Sims and
pass.
Bodie Sims.
Oh,
They're
hold on.
they're
real
at home
quick,
with the dog.
Real quick with Mary.
Yes.
She tried. Mary, the Sims live a couple. I don't know why people like sharing pain together, but
Yeah.
I had to stomp.
Yet to be named. It's adorable.
Is it a boy or girl? Do we
It's
know?
a girl.
Is it a girl?
Yes, it is a
Okay.
girl, and she is adorable. A new addition to the Sims family. So thanks, Bodie and Mary, for checking in. We appreciate you guys listening as the Knights are going to take the ball back down the court, clean up the rebound, and put it back for 2. Saints up 17. 27-44.
This fall, me and my son killed a snake in our yard, and I think Mary told Bodie. Bodie's scared of snakes. I don't know what she told Bodie, but Bodie came up.
It runs in our family.
I don't think he knew there was a snake, and he hasn't really been up to the house much since then. I don't know if
it's a well-known fact that those of Hannon descent are afraid of snakes.
I think it's everybody, but
I'll scream if I see a snake. I absolutely hate snakes.
I killed it. It was going down to their house, so there's probably more snakes down there, Bodie.
You saved them.
There's probably more snakes down there, man.
Yeah, Bodie, I would probably just stay in the house if I was you. So anyways, Saints connect on one of the two free throws, up 18, 45-27. Let's see. While we have some time, some more Kuemper trivia. Not trivia, but shout-outs to some of my favorite people. Joni Klussman, mother of our very own junior Ella, is a Kuemper grad.
Okay.
I am a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
As sophomore Ellie Monahan puts that in.
Nice left-handed layup there.
Saints are up an even 20 right now. Keep a track at home.
Textbook.
Shout out to my elementary counterparts.
Nice block by Lena.
Rob and Steph Venner. 4 kids in the elementary school, both Kuemper grads. Awesome people. They have a daughter in my daughter's grade and
Fifth?
another daughter. Yep. So they're in 5th, 4th, 1st, and pre-K, I believe.
Wow.
Good Catholic family, great people.
Between the wickets.
Used to actually live by you. Probably thought there's a foul. I would say there was a foul there, but 2:26 left to go. Saints are going to check in Ava Underwood and Peyton Johnson into the game.
Couple freshmen.
And Ella Klussman, and laying that on display. Still have senior Lena Roslaniak and Missy Evasek, the junior, in the game. Outside of that, it's underclassmen. Back on track, one of my favorite Kuemper people and favorite people to have lunch with at least once a week, Jeff Linz and his wife Erin.
Both Kuemper grads?
Both Kuemper grads. Good St. Pat's people.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and I try to have lunch together with a group of guys once a week. He's a great conversation, really interesting guy. And we're very lucky that they're down here in Council Bluffs. I said Matt Coughlin is a grad. Coughlin is the Kuemper grad. She has somewhat questionable judge of character based on her husband, Matt, but we won't hold that against her. I'm sure that was not her Kuemper education. Awkward landing there, but
a little undercut, I think.
Coach Woods looks like he's getting summoned to the concession stand already by his 6-year-old, so we can share with that sentiment.
Well, I think they have a table set up in the lobby. For,
seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Saints playing great half-court defense here. Freshman.
Nope.
Coming in.
Sophomore.
She's a sophomore, excuse me. Jess also in the game.
Oh, shot clock.
Oh, man. Technology is the worst. Great drive by the Saints there, but the shot clock wasn't working.
Heidoff, I have to say.
You know, so you said I'm a wealth of knowledge, or I said that. I know some things. Coach Heidoff knows all.
Yeah, duh. That goes without saying.
He says.
Nice pump by Caitlin.
The only other, I think it's Alyssa, early one. She played with Annie Heidoff Burns and Melissa Kroll-Narmi, mother of our producer of the year, Alexis Narmi, on the 1997 state semifinalist game.
I heard a rumor that you did not know to someone else.
It's terrible. Shout out to a good friend, Matt Wagner.
Oh, Matty?
Checking in.
I see
2002 graduate. He's listening at home.
I see his parents are here. I said hi to them.
There's a website called BC More, and this guy is a genius. He's figured out these algorithms. It'll tell you who should win these high school athletic events. And the Saints, coming into this game, were a 19-point favorite. I'm telling you, this guy,
oh my God.
This guy is so good.
Does he have final scores or just have spreads? You know?
I hope that's not the last time that we use that joke in our careers.
All right. I don't know why.
You never know when it's going to end. On a hot mic, your career is over before you know it.
Right. You gotta fire all the bullets right now.
Oh, here we go. Peyton Johnson for 3, and it's good. She says, BC what?
BC no more.
BC no more. Saints win by 23. Excuse me, 23.
suffocating defense in the second half. I'd
All right.
say it's about 10 minutes.
I think there's a 15-minute
15
warm-up
okay,
time.
so about 15 minutes.
So we're gonna take